Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me today. I'm super excited to be back. I've been off for a little bit of time with Christmas and the new baby and everything. Life has been great. And now we are painting and wallpapering. So we painted yesterday one room. We're going to paint the whole inside of the house now. You guys know I painted the outside a couple months ago. Not I, but we had it painted. Well, we are painting the inside. So we started with our master bedroom. What are we thinking? So our bed is now in the middle of the room, and we are my husband's cutting stuff in and taping, and I'm taping the lower stuff. And so we did do some painting, and then today we wallpapered the back wall behind our bed. And so that was our first time using peel and stick wallpaper. Woohoo! So that was kind of interesting. We noticed how crooked things can get quickly. So we did the whole line thing like it tells you. And anyway, it took us 4 hours to do one big wall. But thanks, everybody. I am glad to be back. Oh, thanks, Sarah. So I'm glad to be back. I have been in my room getting things ready for, I did my thank you cards for December. Yay! I have my thank you cards done for my paper share. I on for bingo. My bingo is pretty much, I'm packaging them now, so I have to do some bows. My team members, so the item that you received, I'm going to be doing the packaging for that for bingo. So if you're on, just so you'll know. Oh, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Stacy, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Thank you, Diana. I agree. I think 25 is going to be fabulous. So I am looking forward to 2025. And let's see, negative 12 degrees. Oh, no. It's 50 degrees here. So I don't have to look on my phone anymore. For Christmas, I got a skylight calendar, if you know what that is. It's like a picture frame. If I grab it, I'll probably knock stuff over, but it's like a picture frame, and it mirrors whatever calendar you use. So if you use Google or Yahoo or whatever on your phone, so if you put it in on your phone, it also shows up on your screen. So I'm loving that. So it's easy. I could just look and go, oh, I used to have a day planner that I knocked over all the time. Hi, everybody. Marva, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. So let's see. Yes, I've had snuggles with my new grandbaby, and he is so good. Even when he cries, he barely has barely a tear. But he doesn't cry very often, even when you lay him down, and he'll just look around, and they're very, very lucky. So that is good. What else has happened? So much. Let's see. I don't know. But this week coming, we have a lot of great things coming up. So I am getting back into it. If you have not done one of my paper shares, this is how you receive it. You get it in a package with all your numbers and labels and the name of it and everything on it. So each paper pack will be like this, packaged up. Notice, I know if you look at the paper shares and you're wondering, why is hers cost this and hers cost this? The thing I can tell you is I will be giving you a quarter of a pack of each paper, other than 2 full packs, which will be the birthday set, which is the Wildflower Birthday Suite, which is the one that is shown on the front, the birthday one, because it's got all the ephemera pieces in the back. So I will cut all your papers 6 by 6, other than those. And the labels, I will cut those down to fit into your 6 by 6 envelope, but you'll get everything. Whereas before I've done it where you've got a quarter of the pack and a quarter of the ephemera pieces, and I kind of separated them out by size, and then you don't get them all, and it's not as fun. Same with the storybook with the rabbits. I call it the Peter Rabbit set, but the little storybook rabbit set. You will also get everything of that. I will cut the regular DSP down to 6x6, and anything that needs to be cut, like tags or whatever, will be cut. So they'll fit into 6x6, but you can use the full tag. And let's see what else. So some of them out there, you're only going to get probably 1/8 of a pack, because they share it to, instead of 4 people a pack, it's 8 to a pack. So kind of look at your numbers. I think I saw one out there where they were giving away like 103 pieces of paper, and mine's 80 or 180, I think, something like that. So just be aware of those kinds of things when you look at paper shares. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up for my paper share. I think I said 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Probably I said 8, because I put my order in tomorrow night. As soon as it is midnight in Utah, it's only 11 here, and I will get my order in, because I want your paper share to get back. And those that do paper share from me know you get it back fairly quickly. I try to get it done as quick as I can and get it right back to you. My goal is to have it mailed out by Friday at the latest. So there's that. Let's see. Hi. Oh, you are welcome. I'm glad you got it. Speaking of cards, everybody, I received amazing cards. I have a whole bucket, but my husband started putting them away with the Christmas stuff. And he said, I think I already put some away, and he already stashed some away, because I was going to go through them, but there's a lot, so I'm not going to put you through that. But I thank you so much, everybody, for the cards and the gifts. I really appreciate it. I was super excited every day I went to the mailbox, so thank you so much. Just making sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so that's the paper share. So here's a little information on that. So tomorrow, read the directions when you look at it. I think it's by 8 o'clock. If you're by 8 o'clock, you're going to be fine. I might have said 9 o'clock, but the sooner the better. I think I only have a couple of people that haven't paid yet. Just remember that I said it needed to be paid by the 6th. I will email you if you haven't, for a reminder. So there is that. Let's see. Also, bingo. Bingo is coming up on January the 15th. So don't forget, I do still have a few of those left. There will be a really awesome 3D item in that bingo. So it will be new products. So don't forget to sign up for that if you're interested. That just has to be paid before the 15th, before we go live. So make sure you're registered and paid before then. The sooner you register helps me out with how many kits I need to do. I do have a certain amount that I'm hitting, but I want to make sure you don't miss out on it. Also, we have a join special, so don't forget, the join special starts on Tuesday, which is $99. You get $125 in product, plus you get 2 choices of your right markers, Stampin' Right markers, which there's a little picture below there. You could get the subtles, the brights, the regals, or the neutrals. So that's a $216 value. And you get, of course, this handmade design cling stamp set. All right, and then option 2 is $125 in product, again for $99, but you also get an additional $30 in product, okay, in addition to this stamp set. You just don't get the markers. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know if I need the markers, but the markers are so useful, so I would suggest getting them. Think about the colors that you use the most. Maybe right now, because we're going to be going into spring and summer, choose the brights and maybe the subtles or the neutrals, and leave the regals more for the winter time. But that's totally up to you. Think about the colors that you use most. All right, so let's get busy. I posted this picture. I'll go back to this little picture here, with all these cards, and asked if anybody knew which bundle I was going to be using with this set. And this is the card we're going to be making today. I used the heart shaped. So Deb Norman, you were correct. You did post just a couple days ago the right answer. And so I thought this was such a fun card, and I love this DSP, and the DSP is from Celebration, so you can win that. So let's get started with it. So I have to tell you, This die behind here, if you know what it is, let me know, because I do not remember. So I'm going to show you another way I did this. I already pulled stuff off the shelf that's retiring, and so it could possibly be in there. I do not know. Let me turn my other light on. There we go. All right, so yeah, I don't know what happened to knowing which die that came from. So I've dug and dug, and I have no idea. So if you guys know, let me know. All right, I have little pieces all cut out. We just literally finished doing our wallpaper like at 5 o'clock. No, I'm sorry, it was at 3:30. By the time I took a shower, got in here, pulled all my stuff out because I hadn't even done that yet. It's been crazy, crazy day. And my husband and I are just like, okay, wallpapering is not so much fun as we were thinking. All right, so inside we have our 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 shy shamrock piece. And then we have our Whisper white, or excuse me, no, it's not. It's basic white. And I had a little piece of our DSP here from our, this one is called Bloom Impressions. And it's got all this gorgeous paper. I have a lot of it in here because I've cut up a lot for different things already. But beautiful, beautiful paper. Look at that. Both sides. So pretty. That is from the upcoming catalog on Tuesday. All right. We're going to add this on here, but I'm going to look for my... Just so you know, don't use super glue on your silicone mat. I tried, and now I have this. I tried alcohol. I've tried a lot of stuff. I'm going to try Gooby Gone and that kind of stuff to try to get it off, but it would not. I could not get it off. And you're going to have to ignore the glue, the paint on my hands, because it was either keep my shine or get rid of the paint, and I didn't want to get rid of the paint. I mean my shine. All right. So, and then I added just that little bit of glimmer here too. I am so excited to be back in here. I've been, well, now I've got some painting I'm going to be doing, but for the most part, I'm laughing because my husband was trying to I pulled off the little masking tape that was holding our roll of paper, wallpaper clothes on one of the rolls. And he's like, look, do this. And he took his, what do you call it, sheetrock knife. And he goes, look, do this. And he goes like this to start doing it. And he cuts a hole right into the paper. And his face was priceless. He was just like, oh. And then he was like, oh no. It was pretty funny. All right, so there we go. Let me pick this up. So there's our inside. And then our tape, of course, I mean our white piece here is 4 by 5 1/4. Has anybody else ever tried the peel and stick wallpaper? Okay. Now you're going to notice, I need to tell you this now, that this is a little bit off on size. And that is because when I was cutting this, I forgot that I left my glimmer blade in my paper. So this is supposed to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. But when I cut this, the whole edge was raggedy because I was using my glimmer paper blade. I forgot to switch them out. So I had to like cut this a little bit smaller, which is fine. It's just going on the ends of the card. I just made it a little more, I just cut it down a tiny bit more because I had to cut the shy shamrock piece a little more also. So that's why the back looks probably like it's a little off for normal. Now, if I would have told you, you probably would have noticed, but I had to tell you why it looks a little wonky. Let's see. Somebody said something. Oh, thanks, you guys, from about my nails. Where are your folders from your 12 by 12 DSP? Oh, down below in my description is Stampin' Storage. I am an affiliate there, and that's where I get these, and I love them. The ones from Amazon are a little bit of a, what do you want, like a frosted kind of folder, where this one's more nice and clear, you can see well, and you get a much bigger label that you can put up here for the longer names, and so that's where I get them, Stampin' Storage. All right, let's see. I love the inside of your card, Marcie. Always so elegant. Oh, thank you. Marcie, did you try using acetone nail polish remover on? No, I haven't yet. I did try alcohol, but that's it. And then I said, I'll worry about it later. I have another one. Signed up for bingo. Yay, thank you. No, but I promised myself to never do wallpaper again. You have to get those edges just right. Boy, is that the truth. Well, we have a laser light. He has like a laser level. And so we did that. I'm going to put these measurements up for you. So the matte glimmer is 4 by 5 1/4. I wanted to have this white around it to see it nicely. You know what? Let me just double check that. Now all of a sudden I'm questioning myself. Yeah. And then the DSP is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then the embossed white whisper. Oh, I put whisper white. See, you go away for 2 weeks and you totally lose it. Basic white. Let's see. Let's see if I can fix that. Let me fix it for you. Basic white. There we go. Is 3 5/8 by 5 1/8. Oh, that is wrong. 3 1/8 by, where's my measurements? 4 7/8. Okay, bear with me. My first day back. 4 7/8. 4 7/8. Yay, there we go. Sorry. All right. Let's see. Is the glimmer paper part of the Bloom Impressions DSP? No, the glimmer paper, Laura, is the in colors. It's the Shy Shamrock. So it's the in colors. It's got the Summer Splash, Petunia Pot, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie. That's all of that. So it's the in color glimmer paper. This is where that came from. So Debbie, yes, talking about lining up. So he has one of those levels that's like a laser one that you put on the wall so you can see the straight line. So the problem is I was silly and purchased, well, this is what we're thinking. I purchased wallpaper from Amazon, which was probably the dumbest thing ever, because and I'm going to tell you what else I just did on this card that you may not notice, but I just noticed. Two things. I should have put liquid glue on that paper. And I'm pushing way too hard on my embossed piece, and it's pulling up my paper. My DSP I cut sideways, which I should have paid attention to. So if you look at this, and the only way you can really tell are these little green leaves, which we pretty much cover up anyway. And I also just put glue on here when it's supposed to be popped up. So, for those of you getting this card, yours will be popped up. Okay? And I don't mind that the paper's going the wrong way. I had a piece of scrap paper left over, and that's what I used. I just cut it up, and some of them I didn't even notice. But this one, I popped it up. All right, so let's hide that. Let's see, 10 below zero. Ooh, Kathy, that sounds terrible. Okay, so here we go. Now let's do this. We're going to take our hearts, and you could use any of these papers. Look how pretty this is. You could use this paper, but look at this. I'm using this one for something else in the very near future, but this one, look how pretty that is, and make it a Valentine. But I am using both of these papers coming up. You'll see in a couple weeks. All right. But yeah, you notice that you're supposed to do the laser, or you're supposed to do a line on your wall with this wallpaper and align it up. The problem is when your walls aren't exactly straight, it's okay to do as long as you're lining up your paper. But if you buy your wallpaper from Amazon, it seems like there wasn't lot numbers, which was concerning. And the images seem to line up quite a ways down, and then they're just a tad off. And between your images being slightly off and your walls not being so great, and we have a knockoff stucco, so we had to my husband called it float it, which is like a stucco filler he had to put on it to smooth the wall. Anyway. And then the paint, I figured out what happened to my paint. Remember when I said that I painted my front room and the colors seemed like it was blue, but it looks green in certain light and blue in another light? And it's like a, not even between a seafoam and a sage kind of color. Anyway, I wanted it more of the green tone. Well, I realized that once we put the paint on the corners where the wallpaper went, because I didn't want it to, just in case, if the wallpaper didn't go all the way to the corner, I didn't want to see a brown from the previous color. Okay, I'll get back to that story in a second. So we've got our hearts on here, but I'm going to wipe off a little bit of the extra glue that I'm seeing. All right, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and pop this whole thing up, because you gotta have a card that's popped up. I just cannot have everything laying flat. All right, so we're going to, I have had this card made for some time. I've made over 50 of them. So when I posted it to you guys, I was like, well, I don't want to spoil it because I'm not going to make the card until after I come back. So I wanted to get this all on here. All right, so here is our card. Oh, don't put it on upside down. And look how pretty. I mean, this has like a lot of blues on it. This one is a little more. When I separated all the hearts out when I did the cards, I tried to make them not all blue. Like this one has quite a bit of blue, but I tried to make them where you had a little bit of all the colors. But we're going to pop this up right about here. Yay! All right, so I did stamp. So let me show you this. This is the $100 celebration. I should have said this at the beginning. The $100 celebration bundle. And it is so nice. You've got these really nice leaves, which I'm using for another project. And flowers on another project. But look at this beautiful heart. And you can stamp underneath it. Then you've got your flowers that die cut out. But the thank you is the one I'm using here. My heart loves your heart. My thoughts of you are all heart-shaped, just because I care, and hello. And then you've got the little leaf too. And they've got two little leaves. One's a 2 leaf and one's a 3 leaf. And then you've got this one, which I believe these right here go on top of the flowers, that you can, put them on there. Anyway, lots of really cute things. Now for our label, our sentiment, I used this one here for this one. But this one in the back, I've looked, but I think it might be something retired because I pulled a lot of stuff, and I'm not going to go digging for it. But I'm going to show you a different way. So I stamped my sentiment, and I used Melon Mambo, and then I took a melon, or not, yes, and then I took the Shy Shamrock glimmer paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut straight down the side, a little straighter than that, right there, and then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it straight down. And you've seen me do this before with other dies. Okay, so we're going to take that off and take that off, and now we are going to cut this in half. I like to lay it down. We're going to put some glue on this side and just kind of figure out how far in you want that. And it should be able to go right behind this because it's the same die, right? So just kind of make sure you position it. Now, if you feel like you need to cut a little more, which I'm going to do because we cut some off, right? So I'm going to angle it to the tip, but come in like kind of like wedging it. All right. Okay, so I'm going to wedge the sides there. Put that back down. There we go. Okay, so there's the wedging that I did, and then I'm going to do this one's the same. But I looked, every time my husband was like up on the ladder or doing something, I'm like, I'll be right back. I got to go find that die. I do not know what I did with it or where it came from. I think it's something that retired and I pulled it. So, but I'm not going to go hunt it down. Speaking of retiring and pulling items that are leaving, is I will be doing a purchase, you know, a certain amount with me and get, I'm going to do flat rate envelopes this time because, you know, it's not the main catalog. It's a smaller version of stuff, and I want to spread the things around a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go about that. So you just want to kind of eyeball it and make sure it's about even, and that looks good. So I'm just going to turn that over. We also used the In Color Shimmer jewels, and I did use the Shy Shamrock here. So see, here's the Summer Splash ones, and then these are the little bit greener are the Shy Shamrock. So we're going to put that, and I found a flat spot to put them in just because they stay a little bit easier. And right there. And then I'm going to take another little one, and I'm going to put it there. And we're going to put some dimensionals. What did I do with them? Well, oh, here they are. So let's take these, and I'm just going to put that right there. That glue is going to hold that just fine. So we're just going to put those like that. If you felt the need, you could put two smaller ones there, but I don't. It's going to stay glued. It's going to be fine. All right, and then I'm just going to place this right about, I want to see the tip of the heart, and I definitely want to see the heart up so you just know it's a heart. If you put it down here, it kind of takes it away, and you know, obviously you don't want it too far up, but I want it in a little bit. Right about there. Make sure it's straight. All right, there we go. That's how easy that was. Isn't that pretty? I mean, it's so colorful, and you've got lots of colors here. You could use, you know, whatever color you wanted out of this. You could even use, instead of the glimmer, you could use any of those colors on here, because you've got the pink, you've got the peach kind of color. I don't really see Summer Splash, but I don't see that that would be an issue on here because it's so pretty. So here's Summer Splash. I mean, you definitely could use any of the colors. Let's see, 3 degrees in Iowa. Holy. Oh, thanks you guys. The background to your sentiment looks like an old punch. It's not. It wasn't a punch. I remember it being a die. But I don't know which one. I cannot look. Here it is right here. But I don't remember which one. Isn't that crazy? Oh well. That's what I get for wallpapering all day and I didn't have time to look. As soon as we get minus temps, which we have, my newfies want to hang outside. My husband's mom, she was a newfie, and her family. Oof, no. I used to go snowboarding with my husband, and it's funny because when we would go up the hill to go snowboarding, it was a lot warmer than I thought, and it was sunny, and it was nice. Oh, let me turn this bright light off. And it was really nice and beautiful, and those were the days I loved to snowboard. But when it was snowing and cold, and you had to wear, like, you know, your hood, and you were all, like, looking through like this, I was like, no, that was not for me. And he always invites me, why don't you come up? Because I don't snowboard anymore. I got hurt one too many times in my shoulder and my knee, and I don't heal like I used to when I was young, and I didn't start when I was young either. So I snowboarded, I think, about 3 years, and then I said, you know what? I think I'm going to step away from this because it was just too hard to heal. But he'll say, why don't you come up and hang out at the lodge with us? Well, the lodge at our ski resort is a big tin, cold building with a bar and sports going. So do I want to do that, or do I want to be here crafting? So he knows. I go, well, honey, when you're on your day off and you don't go up there, you can come in here and hang out and watch TV with me. And he's like, oh, no, that's okay. So we agree to disagree. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you liked the card. So that was a lot of fun. Now this one, you'll notice the green comes out a little farther because it was a die. And then this one I did a little smaller, but I just wanted a little accent because I didn't really want to do a white label on white. And, you know, I wanted to have a little outline of it so that you could see it. So I cannot stress enough. I hope you guys are going to play bingo because I've got 4 really fun projects. One is a fancy fold. Well, I guess the other one could be a fancy fold, but no, I say one for sure is a fancy fold. One is a 3D item, which I just can't show you. Okay, I'll show you a part of it. Okay, I'm gonna have to open my card. Are you ready? Okay, that's it. That's all you get. So that will be in bingo. We've got a lot of fun projects for bingo. And again, the paper share, tomorrow is the deadline. Please don't forget, if you are interested in getting a little bit of everything, and check out the paper. I will be putting the order in late tomorrow night when it is midnight Utah time, so that I can get it shipped out the next day, which will be Wednesday. Right? No, tomorrow's Monday. It'll ship on Tuesday. I'll get it Wednesday. So by Friday, hopefully I should have it all done and ready to ship out, if not earlier. So if my husband wants to paint at night, I'm going to paint because I want to get that done. My bed is literally in the middle of our room right now. So, and I have everything lined up next to me. So I have to crawl out the bottom of the bed and take off the plastic. It looks like Dexter in our room, all our plastic's in there. Ooh, snowstorm. Oh, you guys, ooh. It's 50. It's still 50, it says here. But anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. Happy New Year. I'm glad to be back. I will see you on Wednesday night. Leave me a message. Come back and leave me a message below. What do you want to see on Wednesday night? I can plan on something. You haven't heard from my kitty. Oh, she is not sure what's going on in our room because one of the places she likes to hide is under our bed. And because we moved, I had to move the bed and everything. But today, the whole time we wallpapered, she just sat on the bed watching, and she just sat there, and it didn't spook her. Yesterday, she kept coming in like, "What are you doing?" And then she would leave. "What are you doing?" And she would leave. The dog has nothing to do with coming inside. He does not want to know what's going on. He goes, "There's too much weird stuff going on in there." All right, everybody, have a fantastic week. I will see you on Wednesday, and thank you for joining me, and I am so glad to be back. If you have any questions, you'll be in California next Wednesday. Will you be in the area at all here, or are you going to Sacramento, Deborah? Oh, I would love to see you again. Let me know. And always, of course, with the join special, if you have any questions about it, let me know. I'd love to have you join my team. Don't forget, if you join right now, I don't want to forget to say this. If you join right now, January, February, and March is like a grace period, okay? It's like a free quarter for you. April, May, and June is your first official quarter, okay, for you to meet your quota. Well, then July is your grace period for that quarter if you didn't happen to make it. So what is going to happen during all that time? This January to April catalog, celebration, the brand new large catalog that's going to come out. You will get a discount on all of that. And that's a long time to be able to meet your first quota. So let's say you do meet that quota by the end of July, which is your grace period. Then July, August, September is your first official quarter that you need to reach, okay? But then October is a grace period. So January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. October is a grace period. We'll probably have the holiday catalog by then. So really, you almost have the whole year to be able to get a discount, give it a try, see if it, you could reach the goal. And then that's all you need to do to stay a demonstrator is your quota. So hopefully you'll give it a try and let me know if I can help you in any way and answer any questions for you. Have a great week. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.